People wanna know where Mace, Potts, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter rock. Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, passing your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin. Subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We installed doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins...
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go!
Yellow! There's a blue lady!
Watch the pass! Watch the pass!
Hold on, Missy.
That 22 is coming. Go! I got it!
Mahomes now on first down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Marcel Darius busting through to get him for a loss of 6. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
They go play fake. Mahomes. He sets to fire deep. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Mike 50! In your face! Mike's 50!
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They go with Leonard Fournette, 3rd-year back from LSU. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. Well, one underlying storyline between these two teams is that the Chiefs head coach Andy Reid, he knows a lot about Nick Foles, the Jags QB. He drafted the quarterback when he was calling the shots in Philadelphia and later would sign him to Kansas City as a backup in 2016. At Kansas City, they have won the last 4 in this series, including a 30-14 victory a year ago. At the time, that got the Chiefs to 5-0 on the young season. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got the hook up to Lee. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Fournette, a first down carry. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
To throw again on second down. Foles. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Yellow.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first down, Mahomes. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now Mahomes' throw complete to his tight end, Kelsey. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Kelsey, such a valuable part of this offense. Made the Pro Bowl the last 4 seasons. 2018 being the most productive when he went over 1,300 yards 10 touchdowns and a great relationship between he and Pat Mahomes off the field. Very good friends, attended a bunch of high-profile sporting events together in the offseason, and that chemistry, it certainly shows on the field. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Hey, silent one.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it 2nd down and 12.
13.
Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What, you mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Go with 5-3. Down to hit.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And this one's incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Sound goal. Yeah, go. Let's go.
Get ready.
Great.
36.
Here's Foles. He's going to rifle one deep left. And got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So with a big gainer anyways, they'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down to the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
A pass there complete to Westbrook. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Foles now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Foles. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Morris Claiborne. Past the 20. 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make the score 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
At their own 25-yard
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now Foles. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 26.
Here we go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Mike 5-9.
They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. The open man is Westbrook. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold them to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
You ain't doing nothing today. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Focus defense.
2nd and 5. Dancing to it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
I got it. Mike's 5-9.
Back to throw here. Completes it to Lee. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. From a yard out, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Pro Bowler Tyreek Hill, the intended receiver, and that'll make it third down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
On third and long, it's Mahomes. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. He's going to field this at the 4. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Foles. Lee's got it over the middle. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
High 7. Hey, let's get in that hole.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Rip right, rip right.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They go play fake. Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 7 yards there and a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Mahomes now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So it wasn't the line that jumped that time, the second level.
No, that's a great observation because most of the time it's those guys up front so eager to get off on the snap. They do it, but in this case, you're exactly right. Second level, probably because they moved up to the first level, and that hurts them.
They go play action here on first down. He'll take his shot, and that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis? And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. They'll throw now on the final play. And he fires one incomplete. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Check back. 15. 50, Mike, 50.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 45 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
We see this route all the time, but when it's well executed, it's a beauty.
And it feels like the fade takes forever to develop, like that ball is just hanging in the air.
And the reason why is that the receiver is trying his best to work the defender inside and give himself space to fade away from him and catch the football. And that's exactly what happened there.
Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. So from the 36 now, first and 10. He'll look to throw. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They're going to look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
Jacksonville, first and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Check, 59. Hey, keep it up.
Let's go.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
2nd
and 10. That's out to his running back, Fournette. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. Foles now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Stepping up, he'll try and run, and avoids the contact by sliding. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Foles. And he's into the clear. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by one more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Here we go. 180!
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
59's Mike. Check, 59. Let's go.
Here we go!
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Steps away to his left. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Hey, Mike's 50.
Here's Foles. Throw left side complete. It's Lee. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 23 yards the pickup there. Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. That is caught at the 7. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. D.D. Westbrook. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Jaguars. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes, a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. Not that time for Watkins. Well, they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. On second and 10. Foles. Over the middle, complete. It's Lee. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener. And it's a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Morris Claiborne. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. The tight end set to valve the intended receiver. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And now a big play to start off this drive as the shot downfield is complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pick up there, 26 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. 50's the mic. 50's the mic.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their body.
He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Mecole Hardman making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point splits the uprights, and that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Butker now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Jaguars take over first and 10. At their own
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Darren Lee. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Foles. Being chased out left. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Watch out for Hill on the return. A beautiful fake. Not a big deal on that one, just your everyday 67-yard punt. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not.
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Point after, right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead.
Chiefs 51, Jaguars 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Cadence goal.
Now Foles. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
And the Jaguars first down.
Hey, Silver.
10 at the 43-yard line.
We want it. Come
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Mahomes going to throw. Taking a deep shot here he's got a man. Complete. A gain of 32 that time. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
43, 15.
Check Mike 57, Mike 57.
Corbin. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. And this is going to be incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 15-yard line. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Watch the flood, watch the flood.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Don't let him breathe.
Attack!
Now it's Mahomes again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, but now it's 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Jim.
15. Let's go, baby.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
13.
Let's go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Completes it to Lee. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Check 59, Mike is...
2nd and 9 now. The open man is Westbrook. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 27 yards there, a 1st down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 43. They'll look to throw here. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of...
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. The sack comes from Anthony Hitchens.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lee. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Chiefs 61, Jaguars 17.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here we go. At their own 26-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's make these babies crawl all the way back home.
Yes.
Whip. Watch this.
Let's go.
He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emmanuel Ogbah able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Kansas City, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Oakland to take on the Raiders. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Taco.